This was the day that changed everything for me and my family. This was the day that I challenged my father to a fight to the death to take his title of champion from him. I knew he was going to kill Baku's mother. I could sense it, so I stepped in and I prevented Baki Hanma from being beaten half to death, and I also prevented his mother from being killed, and I said Kaoru Hanayama and Baki be our witnesses, and that was the night that I killed Yujiro Hanma because he kept coming after Baku's mother and Baki also, so I killed him that night by delivering a devastating martial arts punch known as God Killer Eraser Fist, and I destroyed Yujiro Hanma that night with my deadly punches. I obliterated my father and his body, and I fell to my knees and I cried and I said, "You made me do it, you bastard," and I broke down and I cried and said, "I'm sorry Baki, I didn't have a choice. He was going to kill her, he was going to kill your mom." And Baki said, "Well, I understand little brother, it's okay," and he said, "It's a good thing you decided to do all that weird training you did. What did you say it was?" And then I said, "I did 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups and 100 squats and a 10-kilometer run. I did it every single day for 2 years and I got stronger." And Baki said, "Damn, maybe I should do that training." And I always thought it was very strange that Baki Hanma started having sex with his mother every day after I saved her, and she even ended up having his perfectly healthy and strong kid without any birth defects, and he even ended up in a polygamous marriage with another woman named Kozu Matsumoto, a young woman about Baku's age, and she also had his child. And even Jack Hanma ended up in a relationship with a woman that's also a martial artist. Her name is Ronda Rousey, and my brother loves her very much, and he even became a UFC Hall of Famer in the heavyweight division, and he was unbeatable, and his wife trained with him every day and she became incredibly strong for a woman. And this is interesting, I found out that when regular humans trained with a Hanma and spar with them every day, they become incredibly strong, and that's what happened to Jack's wife. She became so powerful that no woman could beat her, and when Ronda and Jack's children were born, I saw something that never happened before. I saw a female Hanma, the first female Hanma, and I thought that's interesting because we usually have Hanma men because of our dominant genes, and I said interesting, so that means that Ronda Rousey is gaining dominant genes because she's been training and sparring with my brother every day, and I decided I want to try this one day. So when my new wife Grace McKenna healed up after her pregnancy, I said, "I want to train you in martial arts so you can defend yourself, my love, and I want to start as soon as possible." And she said, "But I'm not a fighter." And I said, "I know baby, but I want you to learn how to defend yourself if I'm not there, and you will get stronger than you have ever been if you train with me. Cooper will get stronger and more satisfied from drinking your milk." And she said, "Okay fine, just please don't hurt me while I'm sparring with you." And I said, "I won't baby, I promise, I just want to help you." And I began training my wife passionately, and like I promised, even if she got angry with me, I never hurt her during sparring or training, and she got stronger every day, and I noticed it, and I said, "Amazing, she's not just getting stronger, she's becoming more sexually attractive and bigger and taller, but not muscular like a man, no, just very curvy and muscular toned, and her body is bigger and taller." And I said, "Fascinating, so it's possible to create something akin to a Hanma woman through training a regular human woman as a Hanma can make them as strong as themselves with them being able to produce Hanma females." And then one day while she was training with me, she said, "I'm bigger and taller and curvy and more sexy, and I feel an overwhelming urge to have sex with you for some reason." And I said, "Honey, that's normal because your body is stronger, it's going to want a dominant man to have sex with." And she said, "Have sex with me now please." And then I made love to her for nearly 5 days, and she said, "Oh my god, that was wonderful." And I said, "Yes ma'am, that was amazing, and I'm actually sweating passionately, and I think I'm very fucking hungry." And then we both ate some giant meals, and we ate a lot of food, and people were staring at us while we were at a buffet restaurant, and we both almost looked like giants, and the men couldn't stop looking at my beautiful curvy wife, who also looked like a young Jennifer Lopez. That's just gorgeous and big enough for me. Me and my wife are now 7'8", and we are both perfect physically. We both look like gym gods or something like that, except she's perfectly curvy and muscular toned like a woman should be. She's not buff, just a perfectly beautiful and curvy woman that has abs. And she said, "I don't know why, but I still want to have sex."